Good evening, welcome to week 5 of My Life as a Mess. We're operating from a new angle this week so that you can witness the shame that is my Christmas tree still being up 5 weeks into the year. It's now officially February, and I'm seriously considering just replacing the Christmas baubles with hearts and calling it a Valentine's tree and then an Easter tree and a Arbor Day tree. I could just put trees on the tree, that could be a thing, right? Anyway, as it may become clear, I'm slightly loony this evening. It has been a very, very strange weekend. Um, in case you haven't noticed, I have been posting slightly differently than I normally do, in that I lost my mind on Friday night. I'm not going to go into it because, frankly, I said what I needed to say. But it is the first time I have actively participated in any sort of fandom drama, and let me tell you, I would not recommend it. It's exhausting, it's illogical, and honestly, it'll make you want to claw your own face off. And it follows you around as well. I actually ended up uninstalling the Tumblr app from my phone because I did not need to see the barrage of unpleasantness arriving in my inbox. Came very close to turning off my anon function, but didn't, because it's really important to me to keep that on, because when I was new, when I was trying to work out if I wanted to start a blog, I used it a lot and people were very nice to me via it. Of course, I wasn't posting hate, but so I think it's important to leave that open for people that are shy and new so that they can find their way into the fandom, because otherwise we don't grow and we don't thrive. And eventually we would dwindle and die. Honestly, I feel a bit like dwindling and dying this evening. Back to work tomorrow, which is never a particularly winsome task for me, and my frustration at the moment is this. I have been quite frustrated for some time, and not last week, but the week before, I put on my big girl panties and I went to my director and I said, look, this is the situation. I've been in this job now for a couple of years and there's not really any progression for me. And she basically said, yeah, we know, but there's nothing we're going to do, so stay as long as you want and then go. And that was a little bit demoralising because I've been at this company since I graduated, which is 4.5 years now, and you kind of hope that maybe you're worth a little bit more than that. So that was useful in a sense because I kind of suspected it was what it was, but equally it sucks to hear. So this week I kind of phoned it in a little bit because my motivation was pretty low. Which is why one of my goals for next week is to use the time that I no longer feel I have to put into doing my job excellently. I can just do my job averagely and put that time into trying to figure out where I'm going next. Because a big part of the reason my life is such a mess is that I have kind of been biding my time. I'm very comfortable in my current job, and that means that I haven't necessarily been seeking out opportunities that would challenge me more, and I need to do that. In terms of what I aimed to do last week, my self-set goals were to do something nice for myself, like love myself every day, and to do something nice for other people. And I was mostly successful. Here is my very artistic score sheet. I have a question mark on whether I helped anyone on Thursday because I don't remember Thursday. I'm sure it happened, as in the day. It must have, logically speaking, but I just don't remember what I did. So it's possible I didn't do anything useful. So I couldn't mark that off in good conscience. But for myself, I went to another protest on Monday. That was fun. I made a sign, which made me happy. And while I was at the protest, I gave people that were making their signs with biros my Sharpies because they needed them more than I did. My sign was made. And I also made a package of books for my grandma's knitting group, and I stood up for some of my friends, and I looked after my sister when she was having a bad day, and I can't even remember what that said, but apparently that's the thing. And I went to the gym, which was good for me and good for my sanity, and I had a Paramol and nap afternoon on Friday with the period pains. So all in all, I think I did a pretty good job of getting through this week, which was really all the goal was. So like I said, for next week, my goals are going to be as follows. I am going to make some progress in my thought process about my job. So I want to have come up with some plan of action by this time next week. We'll see how that goes. I also would like to clear some prompts out of my inbox. I've done 3 this weekend. I'm going to try and get a couple more done tonight. And yes, so I'd like to get some writing done, essentially. And also, I potentially have a date, so I would like to get that organised and actually see if that could be anything interesting. Otherwise, just go back into my spinster hole and not think about it. I would also like to say that my goal for this, one of my goals, is not to buy any more sweaters, because I bought this and I already have like 15,000 sweaters, and I need to invest in other clothes that aren't just woolly and pull on over my head, because otherwise I will never get dressed like a proper adult ever again. And that's all I really have to tell you, except for I got this from work this week, which is pretty cool. It is a book of inspiring lady paper dolls, and they all have really awesome accessories like corgis and test tubes. There's a Joni Mitchell one. Oh, Hillary. Sally. Yeah, so I'm a little bit obsessed with this. I might make it into like some sort of mobile. Michelle Obama. Oh no, it's Oprah. Misty Copeland. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm going to sell this really well. Anyway, happy February. I will see you all in a week. Hopefully I will be, 6 foot tall, stunningly beautiful, and have sorted my life out entirely. But realistically, I'm going to be wearing a different sweater, and that's probably all that will have changed. So, ciao, and have a good one.